The feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. The number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members.
That was some good bullshit. I didn't know that was on the menu at Cracker Barrel. I knew their food tasted like poo, but I didn't know that the scrambled egg and cheese came with a side of Fruity Pebbles. And I damn sure didn't know that it came with a side of supersized wiener. What the hell are you doing? Why are you taking a concept that has worked for decades and infecting it with the woke fungus? Which basically means you're destroying the Cracker Barrel franchise, because that's what the woke fungus is designed to do. Destroy. Why would you take a proven concept and destroy it voluntarily? We're doing this for our customers. We're doing this for our team. There's no I in team, but there are multiple I's in evil white man. You know, one of the reasons that it took me so long to upgrade my camera equipment to 4K, besides the fact that I'm generally resistant to change, the main reason I held off for so long is because what I had previously was working. I like to keep things simple, and I'm damn sure not in the business of tweaking with something that's working for me. For decades, Cracker Barrel had a formula that worked. It was the definition of a Southern-style restaurant. Most locations are off the interstate. You can sit in the rocking chairs on the front porch and watch traffic. A couple of years ago, my family would eat at Cracker Barrel almost every Sunday morning. Me and my nephew would sit outside on the front porch in the rocking chair, and he would sit there and he would count the 18-wheelers that were driving by on the interstate. The store inside, it was appealing to both adults and children. For kids, the store is packed full of junk, whether it's supersized lollipops, which have now been replaced with supersized wiener, or the toy section that had a bunch of loud, annoying toys that would piss my sister off every time I bought one for my nephew. For adults, the store was basically like a time machine. Cracker Barrel was nostalgic. It takes you back to a time when life was easier. I would imagine for most people, you're not going to Cracker Barrel for the food, which most of the time is the drizzling shits. Most people go to Cracker Barrel for the experience, the atmosphere. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in years, but every time I pass it on the interstate, I think about those Sunday mornings counting 18-wheelers with my nephew. I'm sure millions of people have memories that are similar to mine. So, why in the hell would you destroy it? Why would you change it? Now, in fairness to Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Masino, which, by the way, have you ever noticed how woke white women seem to look the same? They're all required to wear glasses that makes them look like a librarian. In most cases, they have masculine haircuts. I mean, look at the resemblance here. It's easy to get Rose O'Donnell confused with Keith Olbermann. Katie Poo! But anyway, in fairness to Julie Masino, I can understand why she thought Cracker Barrel needed change. In the last 5 years, the stock price has declined 56%. 5 years ago, shares were valued around $140 a share. Today, that number is down to a cool $50. At their current trajectory, shares of Cracker Barrel will be traded in pesos here in the next few months. When you lose 50% of your value in 5 years, I can understand the desire to change something. What I don't understand is why you would choose a direction that guarantees destruction. I don't understand why you would voluntarily infect yourself with the woke fungus. There's only one end result. Huge, embarrassing failure. And the librarian who's running Cracker Barrel into the pooper, she doesn't have to take my word for it. All she has to do is ask Bud Light what happens when you embrace the woke wiener. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel in the description below. Later today on the second channel, going to be talking about Caitlin Clark and her latest injury. The Indiana Felines continue to be vague with a return date for the Roo from Waterloo, which shouldn't be surprising to you guys because we've been saying for weeks now that Caitlin Clark ain't coming back this season. A condensed version of the video will be available on TikTok. Both links are in the description below. A couple of days ago, Cracker Barrel revealed their new logo. For the first time in almost 50 years, the legendary Cracker Barrel logo that had the old white dude leaning peacefully against the barrel, get it? Cracker Barrel. The legendary logo, it was replaced with a generic logo that just says Cracker Barrel. Initially, I didn't understand all the outrage. Companies redesign their logos all the time. Google, Facebook, Starbucks. Hell, every June, corporations taste the rainbow and display their gay pride. Outside of temporary pride celebrations, in most cases, a logo redesign isn't really a big deal. The problem for Cracker Barrel, their doofus CEO publicized their changes so heavily, it caused people to look further into the company. Didn't take long to figure out that Cracker Barrel was now dedicated to inclusion. For starters, their doofus CEO was proud to celebrate Pride Month. We are dedicated to diversity. We don't want hard-working employees. We want representation. We welcome all marginalized groups to apply and guarantee you will be given priority for our minimum wage jobs. The logo is not the only thing that Julie Masino is redesigning at Cracker Barrel. She's also redecorating the interior of the restaurant. Now, this is pure speculation on my part. If you've ever been to Cracker Barrel before, then you know the interior of the restaurant resembles the South in the 1960s, or as deacons at Woke United Methodist would call it, the racist South. According to Julie Masino, we needed to modernize our locations. We needed to get with the times. I think that translates to we needed to eradicate our own tradition so we wouldn't be accused of mythical racism. The librarian erased the symbolism of fake racism and replaced it with decorations that represent... Hell, I don't know what this represents. It looks like it was decorated by a woke white woman who's feeling guilty about her white privilege. Check it out for yourself.
If the Cracker Barrel don't look like the Jim Crow South, I can't eat there. You gotta have the racism aesthetic. You gotta have the rocking chairs and the hint of segregation in the air. If I don't feel like I'm on the set of Sinners, then how do I know I'm in a Cracker Barrel? This is a gentrified Cracker Barrel.
Anytime you make drastic changes like this, you want to see positive results, right? Unfortunately for Julie Masino, the response has been overwhelmingly negative. People of all races are disgusted with this rebrand. In the last 5 days, Cracker Barrel stock price has declined by 17%. The first 2 hours of today, it declined another additional 10%. Yesterday, we talked about the mainstream media trying to racially divide us. They try to convince black people that the white man is your enemy. When the reality is, black people are much more likely to be victimized by their own race, at least when it comes to crime. Same is true for white people. I'm not worried about Joy Reid. No one takes the Wicked Weave seriously. Jamel Hill is irrelevant. No one is watching the creators of mythical racism on CNN and MSNBC anymore. You know what one of the biggest problems is right now in this country? Woke white women. And I'm not talking about woke white women like Keithy Poo. I'm talking about the women who have infected colleges and universities with feminism and the myth of white privilege. Or in this case, a CEO that's running a proven franchise directly into the pooper. I was watching an interview yesterday with Dave Ramsey. Can't remember who was doing the interview. It was two young white dudes. They were talking to Dave Ramsey about the decline of masculinity in America. According to Dave Ramsey, there are over 7 million able-bodied men in this country not working. They're either being supported by mommy or some poor girlfriend who lacks the self-esteem to realize that she's being used. But whatever the reason, over 7 million dudes are not working. Why? I thought Dave Ramsey made an excellent point. He discussed how Hollywood portrays men. You watch some of these shows on TV and the husband is always portrayed as a doofus, while the wife is brilliant and carrying the family and the newborn baby is a confirmed genius. Young men have been conditioned to believe that masculinity is toxic. White men have been conditioned to believe that they're the problem. According to Dave Ramsey, after years and years of hearing it, some men started to believe it. Look at the end result. Everyone is equally miserable. Women complain because they can't find a real man. At the same time, woke women, they're saying, girl, you don't need no man. You can just become one. Men are miserable because they feel worthless, and they feel worthless because they're not doing a damn thing. Yet, for some reason, people still believe in this garbage. They're still allowing themselves to be indoctrinated with the woke fungus. I don't get it. But anyway, give me your thoughts. Cracker Barrel embraces the woke wiener and their stock price drops 10%. It's declined 17% in the last few days. Has Julie Masino ruined Cracker Barrel? Is this the new Bud Light? Is this Bud Light 2.0? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.